the channel. Thanks for stopping by. If this is your first time, welcome. Glad you can be here. So I had 3 tracks to choose from today. We had a new Wizzy, we had new Flip Tricks, and big shout out to Shotgun the Ox for sending me a note, letting me know that Manage released a new track with Skirmish. Man, this I usually don't react on a weekend, but I really think I'm gonna have to make a video tomorrow as well. I'm building the shed tomorrow. I might have to get up and do it early, but hey, I gotta do Wizzy, man. It's been a while since I've been on Ocean Wisdom, and I know a lot of you cats dig him. I dig him much more of his earlier stuff than his recent stuff per se, but yeah, man, you guys, a couple of you asked for this, so I'm gonna do it for sure. Gonna do it today. So I got Wizzy today, Drilly Rucksack. Let's go. I hate when I do this, man. I start a video and then I always think I wish I knew who produced this before I start. I never think about it until the video started. Anyways, I'm kind of liking this melody, so it's a little bit different than what I expected.
Just rob like 4 and a bit. My niggas walk with a stick, police just caught him with it. I ain't going on tour for a bit. My breath got short for a sec. Hope I ain't caught none of this.
This freaking beat, man.
Just rob like 4 and a bit. My niggas walk with a stick, police just caught him with it. I ain't going on tour for a bit. My breath got short for a sec. Hope I ain't caught none of this. Just made a million off rap. All of my city love that. I had to get it off back.
First off, I love that how he says he got short of breath and he hopes he doesn't have COVID. And I made $1 million, and he knows the city loves that. The city has embraced him, loves him for what he's become. You know that so many cities do that, towns do that when they have like a resident become something big, make something of themselves. They often embrace and put up a sign or shit. And Wizzy's like saying like my family or my city loves me, and I got to give some of that love back. That's nice.
Just made $1 million off rap. All of my city love that. I had to get it off back. Trust me, I've seen a lot at. You can't touch that back there. That there's the Drilly Rucksack. Just rob like 4 and a bit. My niggas walk with a stick. Police just.
One thing I don't know. It's maybe something to do with the slang or whatever, but he says you can't touch that. The Drilly Rucksack. I'm not too sure. I know a rucksack's like a backpack, but I'm not too sure what the whole Drilly thing is. It's going over my head at the moment anyway.
I ain't going on tour for a bit. My breath got short for a sec. Hope I ain't caught none of this. Just made $1 million off rap. All of my city love that. I had to get it off back. Trust me, I've seen a lot at. You can't touch that back there. That there's the Drilly Rucksack. Drilly Rucksack, run to my brethren. Spot up UT40 for weapons. Let's get 'em, let's get 'em. Threatening things, why don't you get them? When he turned to fetch him, finesse him. All out who pose in his body.
Alright, man, I gotta bring this back. I don't know if I've ever heard I don't know if I ever heard Wizzy sound like this before. And I can't say I caught everything he said there at the beginning, so hopefully this time.
Trust me, I've seen a lot at. You can't touch that back there. That there's the Drilly Rucksack. Drilly Rucksack, run to my brethren. Spot up UT40 for weapons. Let's get 'em, let's get 'em. Threatening things, why don't you get them? When he turned to fetch him, finesse him. Hula hoop pose in his body. In the lobby, hula hoop pose in his body. No need to worry. I put some holes in his body. Especially if he's a Tory, babe, if he's a Tory. And selfish with his money. I'll be there with the army, shanking his Tommy. For oppressing my puppy and degrading my mommy. All of the mumsies with dads that were cunty. That now run the country, lend me your earlobe. Lally don't have no fear, no. When I strike him down, I'm not your hero. It's just an obligation. As I'm proceeding my reputation, I'm defeated against the pagan. I'm beginning to run away with you, but you not agree.
Okay, I mean, who doesn't love when Wizzy switches it on? but judging by the visuals and trying to unpack the lyrics here, again, this is a different sounding Wizzy to me, so I'm not catching everything. But I'm guessing that he's talking, especially with like talking about stabbing a Tory type of idea. So is this kind of like commentary on the current political climate? And like talking about lend me your earlobes, listen to what I have to say about, you know, these men and women running the country. What do you say something about I won't be your hero, it's just an obligation. That's kind of like in terms of he has a voice while a lot of people don't. So it's his obligation to take the soapbox that he's got and use it to be a voice of reason against the voice of unreason, if that even makes sense. I'm wondering if that's what he's getting at. I could be off, obviously, but that's what I'm getting, man. Because I'm seeing the soapbox here with the pig on it, and then the pig beating up a regular folk. So yeah, I'm thinking that's probably what he's getting at.
For oppressing my puppy and degrading my mommy, all of the mumsies with dads that were cunty, that now run the country. Lend me your earlobes, Daddy don't have no fear, no. When I strike him down, I'm not your hero. It's just an obligation. As I'm proceeding my reputation, I'm defeated against the pagan. I'm beginning to run away with you, but you not agree. Yeah, I'm feeling about my age, but true. My squid is twice my age, so true. I'm living a life today till 93. I'm still talking, pussy. Interrupt me, you go find out how I feel to lose your teeth. In the ride with some niggas.
Funny thing was, I was gonna pause it right before that verse, which would have been perfect if I had.
Twice my age, so true. I'm living a life today till 93. I'm still talking, pussy. Interrupt me, you go find out how I feel to lose your teeth. In the ride with some niggas looking at me like you way too papered up to be on beef. I remember when them chatty patties back then thought they had it figured out before defeat.
Man, that's cool. That's a cool bar too. Like they're telling them, like, dude, you make too much money. You're too important. You have too much celebrity to actually be caring about this shit without having this beef. You're too papered up, like they say. And when he calls it a patty, is he like kind of like referring to Irish people? Like, is there like someone he had an Irish person he had a beef with or whatever? I'm not too sure if that's the case or if that's like another slang for something else. But I want to bring it back again because I really like when he flips it here. I'm liking what he's doing beforehand, but when he flips it here, there's a nice little switch, unexpected switch where he just turns it on, which he often does, obviously. But it's good enough to hear it a second time.
You know, when I strike him down, I'm not your hero. It's just an obligation. As I'm proceeding my reputation, I'm defeated against the pagan. I'm beginning to run away with you, but you not agree. Yeah, I'm feeling about my age, but true. My squid is twice my age, so true. I'm living a life today till 93. I'm still talking, pussy. Interrupt me, you go find out how I feel to lose your teeth. In the ride with some niggas looking at me like you way too papered up to be on beef. I remember when them chatty patties back then thought they had it figured out before defeat. Now them niggas wanting hands out, but I can only give a hand out to the team development, even couple of leaky brothers that weren't with us on the streets or anything. But their hearts are clean, we let them in evidence and redeem the sin again. Benevolence to defeat my enemies. I really don't.
Man, what a great that he's going back to giving back to people. He's got people with his hands out, but he's only going to give hands out to people who have actually been there for him. Even some brothers that weren't there at the beginning on the streets with Wizzy, their hearts were keen for him and wanted the best for Ocean, rather than they didn't just jump on him when the bandwagon was moving. I guess they jumped on when jumped on as the bandwagon was moving, but they're there for the right reason. And because of that, Wizzy let them into the inner circle, type to speak, and he's going to take care of those people just as much as he's going to take care of the people who grew up with him and stayed true to him in his youth.
On the streets or anything, but their hearts are clean, we let them in evidence and redeem the sin again. Benevolence to defeat my enemies. I really don't want to speak to enemies. I want a woman to be the Hennessy. I'm undercover with others, we we loving each other. She covered it, bubble, she tugging it. She wanna summer, did it kiss my upper lip. I am not one of the I am not loving it. I'm not the one of the guy to apply to the government. Imagine me running and kicking the stomach and that's what all of my people you worry and still it don't bother them. Don't know what's wrong with them. What's wrong with them? Nothing wrong with us.
I gotta tell you, I missed a whole bunch right there. He turned it up another notch. I want to see if I catch this here. I did catch something about the fact like I'm not the one that has to run to the government, and I turn around and kick her in the stomach. So I'm thinking about something in the fact of, again, I don't know if he's meaning he's not the one. If the woman wants to keep the child and the man doesn't want to be in that child or that woman's life, sometimes the woman has to turn to government assistance. But it also could be maybe she has to go get an abortion, and maybe that's why he's talking about kick her in the stomach. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'll catch it better the second time.
Piece of anything, but the hearts between me, let them in evidence and redeem the sin again. Benevolence to defeat my enemies. I really don't want to speak to enemies. I want a woman to be the Hennessy. I'm undercover with lovers, we loving each other. She covered it, bubble, she tugging it. She wanna summer, did it kiss my upper lip. I am not one of the I am not loving it. I'm not the one of the guy to apply to the government. Imagine me running and kicking the stomach and that's what all of my people.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna make a giant leap here for 1 second. Is he kind of making a comment on the fact that because all of a sudden the woman turns into this evil clown type character, and I wonder if what he's making a comment on the fact is that not all women have the best intentions for him, and will try to get pregnant to try to keep him, perhaps. Or not just him, but some women do that in general, with men in general, I should say. If he's, she looks one way, but then all of a sudden gets maybe he's making that, or maybe I'm friggin' grabbing at straws, man, big time with that.
I am not one of the I am not loving it. I'm not the one of the guy to apply to the government. Imagine me running and kicking the stomach and that's what all of my people you worry and still it don't bother them. Don't know what's wrong with them. What's wrong with them? Nothing wrong with us. And we beginning to run away with it, but you not agree. Yeah, I'm feeling about my age, but true. My spirit is twice my age, the true. I'm living a life today till 93. Drilly Rucksack run through my brethren for WD-40 for weapons. Let's get 'em. Threatening things, why don't you get them? When he done to fetch and finesse him. Hula hoop holes in his body. In the lobby, hula hoop holes in his body. No need to worry. I'll put some holes in his body, especially if he's a Tory. Just rob like 4 and a bit. My niggas walk with a stick.
I have a feeling it's because this is so different than what I'm used to from Willie, that it's going to take. It feels like to me it's one of those songs that you'll put on repeat and then you'll hear it 5 or 6 times and you're like, God damn, man, this song, so much more is happening, and you get connected with it so much more. I mean, I'm digging it. I love this beat. I love the chorus. This whole part here at the refrain where he's doing that that thing there. It's freaking sweet, man. I really like it. And then when the beat switch comes in, but I have a feeling this is one of those songs that gets better and better and better every time you hear it. Impressed as hell, man, as usual, with this dude.
Body, no need to worry. I'll put some holes in his body, especially if he's a Tory. Just rob like 4 and a bit. My niggas walk with a stick. Police just caught him with it. I ain't going on tour for a bit. My breath got short for a sec. Hope I ain't caught none of this. Just made a million off rap. All of my city love that. I had to get it love back. Trust me, I've seen a lot at. You can't touch that back there. That there's the Drilly Rucksack. Just rob like 4 and a bit. My niggas walk with a stick. Police just caught him with it. I ain't going on tour for a bit. My breath got short for a sec. Hope I ain't caught none of this. Just made a million off rap. All of my city love that. I had to get it love back. Trust me, I've seen a lot at. You can't touch that back there. That there's the Drilly Rucksack.
Yeah, man, Grizzle did a friggin' amazing job on this animation. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, man, a whole list of people here that took part with this video, and broken record on my part, obviously. But yeah, 3 aspects, man: production, video, lyricist. Did it again. all three phases of this track and video were amazing. It really is interesting to me because it feels like, although it feels completely different, it feels more like old Wizzy than new Wizzy. If that makes sense. To me, it does anyways, coming out of my mouth. Yeah, man, I enjoyed this. I can see why you cats wanted it for sure. Never fails to entertain. And there's some deep lyrics in there. And I know if what I grasped during the reaction is any indication of what I'll pick up a few more listens and get a better sense of really what he's trying to say. I have a feeling it goes much deeper than what I caught. But that's cool, man. Like you guys know, I love hip hop with a message. And sorry about that. The phone call interrupted me. A phone call interrupted me there. It ended up being like 20 minutes. So during that time, I actually was able to, when I was on the call, I actually checked it out. Produced by a cat named BreadboyUK. First time hearing anything from that producer. Great melody, great beat. Really enjoyed it. Very different, again, what I was used to from Wizzy. But really thought that he did a great job, man. Really good track. I want to thank everyone for mentioning on my last video about how much they enjoyed the intro. I'm actually thinking now that I might go back and film my original intro for my other videos. One thing I don't want it to be is too long, because I don't want it to be like a minute and a half, 2 minutes before I actually get into the video once I do my little talk at the beginning. But I might do a little something. It was a lot of fun making that intro. So like I said, I'm going to try to do, we got Manage and Skirmish, and we also have Flip Tricks. So I'm going to try to do a video tomorrow. If shit goes sideways and I can't get it done, those two will have to wait till next week. But yeah, man, already have some great tracks lined up. Remember, we got next on Wednesday. We'll have a Throwback Thursday. Lots to look forward to. So until next week, if I don't see you tomorrow, stay safe and be good to each other.